my name is Scarlett Harrington and I attend Mitchell Community College. Today I would like to talk to you about why it is important to put an end to the urgent and widespread issue of puppy mills. It is estimated that there are at least 10,000 puppy mills in the U.S. and fewer than 3,000 are regulated by the USDA. In these mass production factories, dogs are forced to produce litter after litter until they are no longer able to produce any more. These puppies supply nearly 100% of the dogs sold in pet stores, online, and in newspaper ads. Sadly, they were raised in inhumane, unsanitary conditions with little to no care. To begin, I would like to talk to you about the everyday life of a puppy mill dog. Typically, they are housed in small wire cages that are barely big enough for one dog, let alone several. The purpose of a wire floor is to allow feces to drop through the holes, but when the cages are stacked on top of one another, the feces falls into the dogs below. The wire flooring can also cause injuries to the paws and legs of the dog. Another way injuries occur is by fighting in the overcrowded pens. Since the dogs spend the majority of their time unattended, fighting goes unnoticed and injuries untreated. The injured dogs are rarely, if ever, seen by a veterinarian. This can result in endless suffering and sometimes even death. The health of a puppy mill dog is not even sustained by adequate food or water. Typically, the water is contaminated by urine and feces, and the food is infested with maggots or mold. Unfortunately, breeding dogs are never let out of their cages to play or exercise. As a result, overgrown nails are extremely common. Being able to walk and run on solid ground wears down the nails naturally. If the overgrown nails grow back into the skin, this can cause painful infections if not treated quickly. Furthermore, puppy mill dogs have a number of health-related problems because owners fail to remove the sick dogs from the breeding pools. Congenital and hereditary conditions such as epilepsy, heart disease, kidney disease, blood disorders, deafness, and respiratory disorders are often common. Puppies that arrive in pet stores are prone to diseases such as intestinal parasites, heartworms, and kennel cough. Puppies also suffer from behavioral problems such as shyness, aggression, fear, anxiety, and lack of socializations with humans or other animals. They develop these problems because they are removed from their mothers at just 6 weeks old. The first few months of a puppy's life are critical in learning how to socialize with littermates and humans. Above all, everything I have told you is completely legal. In 1996, Congress passed the Animal Welfare Act, or AWA, which outlines the minimum standards of care for dogs, cats, and other animals used for commercial sale. Under the AWA, it is legal to keep a dog in a cage only 6 longer than the dog in each direction, with a wire floor stacked on top of another cage for the dog's entire life. Large-scale commercial breeders, such as the ones that sell to pet stores and online, are required to be licensed and regularly inspected by the USDA. Sadly, there are many loopholes and inefficiencies. There are between 2,000 and 3,000 USDA licensed breeders in America, and many get away with repeated violations of the AWA. Breeders that sell to the public face-to-face are not required to adhere to the AWA or any other federal standards of care. These dogs may sell as many dogs as, these breeders may sell as many dogs as their licensed competitors. With that being said, it is very important to avoid buying a puppy mill dog at all costs. As mentioned before, breeders who sell to pet stores are required to be licensed under USDA. The pet stores will often say they get their dogs from USDA licensed breeders to ensure a false sense of security to their customers. Technically, they are not lying, but they do in fact get their dogs from puppy mills. Also, be aware of buying dogs online. This is the perfect opportunity for breeders to misrepresent themselves. They are able to depict their dogs as happy and joyful when in reality they live in a deplorable prison. Lastly, there is a solution. In order to prevent puppy mills, we need to raise awareness about the issue. The first step being educate friends and family about the inhumane conditions of puppy mills and how to avoid buying from one. Secondly, and most importantly, adopt a dog from a local shelter. Each year, 3 million adoptable pets are put down in the U.S. alone. If you are looking for a purebred dog, they often end up in shelters just like mixed breeds. Anyway, if you cannot find what you're looking for, please remember to buy from a responsible breeder. Make sure you visit the puppy's current home, never buy online sight unseen, and never meet a breeder off-site. In conclusion, the only way to stop puppy mills is stop providing them with income by purchasing their dogs. People who choose to adopt a dog versus buy a dog online or in a pet store are already making a difference. If you would like to make a difference, please pass this information along to someone who is unaware of the inhumane breeding factories called puppy mills. Thank you all for your time. Are there any questions?
Why don't you just outlaw them?
Okay, well, the reason we cannot outlaw puppy mills is because simply placing a law that bans the mills is really like a long and difficult process. So that's why it's really important to adopt from a local shelter until further legal action can be taken.
Well, I'd like to know, have any cities taken a stand against puppy mills?
Yes. In Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Austin, and Philadelphia, pet stores are only allowed to sell rescued animals. They are all making this small change in order to help take a stand against puppy mills.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are the most popular breeds that they use in puppy mills?
Right. So breeders breed all kinds of dogs, but technically they like to, breed dogs that are most popular among the public. So according to the American Kennel Club, the top 5 most popular dog breeds are the Labrador Retriever, German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, a Beagle, and a Bulldog. Are there any more questions? Okay, no. Thank you all for your time and have a good day.